feel about like the whole situation with your partner?
That's a really good question. I felt all kinds of things. So we got together when we were really young. We were, high school sweethearts kind of thing. And I think that it was a shock for me because I always knew that there was something going on, but I didn't know what, right? And I think I just knew that she was really unhappy and I didn't know why. And when she told me, my first thought was like, wow, I didn't know this was going to happen in our family again. And then there was me, surprise. But I mean, I just didn't know. And I think I went through all kinds of feelings. And what I try to tell people when someone comes out in their life is like, it's okay to have feelings. I had some pretty big feelings. So at first I was like shocked and I was scared because also at that point I knew that, a lot of trans people still face a lot of discrimination. So I was really worried for her and I was worried for her family. And I was worried that, and I really hoped that would make her happy. I really hope, I hope this is the missing piece and that you're going to feel a lot better because you've been really miserable for a long time. And then, as she started to transition and, like live as herself, I started to see like a lot of happiness. And then I started to get excited for her and like just really happy for her. And then I fell like even more in love with her. Like, so I love her so much because she is just a better version of herself. She's complete now. This is who she was meant to be. And so, yeah, it was hard at first. Like we cried and we had to make room for each other's feelings a lot, but then it's better than ever now. So I think, it was just a journey like anything else.
That was a good question too.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the story of, writing the book and kind of the ages that you did different things at? Because I love that story and that your story is not, 100% linear in chronological order that a lot of people think life has to be, which it doesn't have to be. And you are a perfect example of how much it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, sure. So the other side of all of this is that I had a pretty challenging childhood. And in large part, I was bullied a lot at school. And I was hurt pretty badly. And then I had substance abuse issues and I ended up at 14. I went to rehab because I couldn't stop drinking. I was in really bad shape. My mental health was really, really in very bad shape. And then I got sober. And at 16, I moved out of the house. I just couldn't really live at home anymore. So I left home. And then I was homeless for a little while. And I lived in shelters and I tried to go back to school. I actually went to like 8 different high schools, 7 at the time. And I just was never really able to finish because I just kept moving around so much that was really hard. And then I met my wife, Zoe, and then we had a baby really young. So I got pregnant at 19 and that's our 24-year-old now. He's almost 25. And then I got married and then I had a couple of more children. And then, my life was all little kids for a long time. And then all this stuff started happening in our family. And I was already a writer. I had a blog and I did like social media and I was writing some articles and stuff like that. But then I had this idea that, maybe I should write a book. And my family was like, yes, you should write a book because this is a really good story. This is a story that shows people that, you can thrive as a family with trans people in it. Like, it doesn't have to be a sad thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can get through it and just have like a really great life, which is really what our family is all about. So I was approached by a large publishing company, Penguin Random House Canada. And they said, hey, heard you're writing a book. We would love to publish your book. So that was like a fairy tale, because it can be really hard to have a book published. And that book went on to become a bestseller. It was released in 2019. It was on the bestseller list for several weeks. It ended up winning awards and being on lists. And I ended up winning a number of awards. And now I'm writing another book. So I have another book on the way in 2023. I should say, when I was I'm 45 now. When I was 38, well, when I was 37, I went back and finished high school, and I graduated when I was 38. So, you know what? It's never too late. Like that, I really want people to know, like, you can have struggles and you can have challenges and you can have obstacles in your life, and you can still do something really wonderful with your life. And I get up every day and I get to do this job every day, and I love it. I love that I get to help people all over the world, and I get to talk to people all over the world, and I get to talk to politicians and people who are, making laws and to protect people like me and people like my family. And my goodness, I have the best life. So yeah, just if you're having a hard time, just hang in there. It really can turn around for you.
Yeah, I think that's a super important message, because society tends to tell us it has to be A to Z in order. This is the way, and it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And people just you just gotta remember that everybody's different and everybody learns in a different way, and everybody's life's going to take a different path, and leave room for yourself to do something different if that's what you need to do. And it's totally okay.